Billy's first date is really sweet. This is the 22nd episode of the third season of the Doris Day Show, and there will be spoilers as I talk about what happens in this episode. And it starts off so delightfully with Toby and Billy getting ready for school, and Billy asks Doris which tie looks best with his slacks, and he doesn't normally wear a tie to school. And Toby reveals, against Billy's wishes, that he has a girlfriend. And what I loved about this is Doris's reaction. She didn't start gushing, she didn't make a big deal out of it. She simply said that she liked the red stripy tie the best. And I thought that that was so beautiful, and she waited until Toby went upstairs to finish getting ready to actually tell Billy he didn't need to be embarrassed about having a girlfriend. And she gave him some tips for how to attract this girl's attention. It's a girl called Suan, and apparently they're not actually dating yet because in Billy's eyes, Suan doesn't know he exists. So Doris gives him some good tips. What I didn't like, just in the interest of balance, is when Doris said, "You're the man, you have to make the first move." That attitude definitely dates the episode a little bit, but I think otherwise she handled this perfectly. Things go really well. Suan and Billy are going to go to the dance together, but then there's a problem. Doris isn't able to take them to the dance because she's got an appointment or a date. So she phones Suan's father. They can't agree on how best to approach this, so they meet for coffee. And there we have something that's quite different with the Doris Day Show, because really, apart from a few things here and there, Doris has never really dated in the Doris Day Show. We don't really see any kind of romantic side to her life. But she got on really well with Suan's father. It's a character called Richard. He's played by Ricardo Montalban. And it's really nice to see Doris having a good time in another adult's company and seeing a different side to her. Doris, the mother, is amazing. Of course she is. But it's so lovely to see Doris the woman as well, and I really enjoyed that. And they end up flirting quite a lot and having a really lovely time. And then they end up, as I said, these are spoilers for things that happen. They do end up going to the dance, and Suan and Billy are not happy about this because they end up dancing, which they think is embarrassing to see their parents dancing. But I found it to be tremendous good fun, really thoroughly enjoyable, and a rather delightful way to progress with the narrative. The last kind of 5 minutes or so are not the most interesting, but it does make me curious to find out what happens next. Billy and Suan realise they don't actually have anything in common, but Doris and Richard are getting along very well. And I don't know if this is just a one-time thing or if he's going to become a recurring character. I'm very keen to find out. I'd like Doris to be happy in a relationship, but at the same time, I don't know if that's going to shape the show in a particular way or change things. So I'm keen to find out, and I'm going to go in with an open mind, and we will see what happens next. But I really enjoyed this. I thought Billy's first date was definitely a really sweet episode with some really great approaches from Doris. And ultimately, I thought it was a really great episode.